Hello, we're here at the SIETAR Europa Congress 2015 in Valencia, and it's a privilege to have with us Catherine Mercer Bing. Catherine, hello.
Hi.
Thanks very much for talking to us. I'm going to ask and laser beam you with a crazy question. In your work, what is your purpose?
My purpose and my passion is really to help people and make their work lives easier and make them more effective.
Okay, and where do you get your learning from? What's it all about?
Well, a lot of experience. I personally manage global teams in our business, and we have a lot of client work, almost all of which is about global teams and supporting teams and team leaders.
Wonderful. I wonder if we can go back. I know you've been working in the HR space and the corporate space for a number of decades. Would you be kind enough and maybe give us a profound moment for you, an experience that you've gone through?
Okay. Let me tell you about one of our clients. We had a client that offshored their back office processing to the Philippines from the US. And they, after 2 years of trying to make this change into the Philippines, they asked us to come in and identify what was happening in the teams because the transition wasn't working very well. And there were several things that we identified as part of the issues. One, of course, was cultural issues, which they expected. But there were also issues around process issues. There were issues that were performance issues. And there was a real need to delve into what kinds of things were happening in this team. There wasn't a simple answer, and that was one of the areas where I got a lot of my experience.
Exactly, it's not the simple stuff, is it? And it goes there. And it seems to be you have this idea of looking, observing, digging, going for cause. Mm-hmm. Where is the treasure? Where's the treasure buried?
Well, the treasure, I think, is buried in taking a look at the fact that there are so many global or intercultural teams, and making sure that people who are either in those teams, leading those teams, or supporting them from an HR perspective are looking at the external factors that may impact the positive or negative results from the team, which would be things like organizational practices, as well as taking a look at the things internal to the team, like the values with which the leaders and the team members were socialized that drive their behavior, and those things are national culture differences very often.
I love it. So there's the what's taught in business schools, but it's being mindful of those national cultural differences, and one imagines on an interpersonal level, values and other things which we catch from very many places. So you've been in classrooms, you've worked with teams, and we saw, if I may say so, your magic, your dynamism, your energy, your capacity yesterday. What is the treasure that you rely on? What is the philosophy? What are the gifts that you use? The tools that you use? Can you share with us something that's effective for you, and of course effective for the teams that you work with?
Well, I think it really boils down to taking a look at a much broader context than what happens in the teams. Typically, when there's a problem in a team, people will say the problem is in the team, and it's not always in the team. So I come from my passion, my philosophy that it's important to help the individual, the team, and the organization, and to do that you need to have a much broader perspective on what kinds of things are impacting what's happening in and to the team.
Wonderful, thank you. We talked about success, you talked about it yesterday. Do you have a definition or a measure of team success?
Yeah, I would say that when I feel successful when the team leader or the team members of the organization have this sort of aha moment where they say to themselves, you know, what we've heard and what we're now thinking about makes us think about doing things differently, think about things more broadly. For me, that's really the important part. It's not just about awareness, but it's about, well, what kinds of things can we do differently to be more effective?
I think that's there, and I can imagine that many people have had that sort of aha moment with you. So on behalf of them, maybe they don't know I'm asking you this or telling you this, but a big and massive thank you. So Catherine Mercer Bing, thank you for taking the time with us.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
Cheers.
Cheers.